the way, just a little tip for you folks on if you really want to get popular. I just learned something in the audience today. I'm walking around with this microphone on, and one of our friends said to me, are you the speaker today? And the thought came to me, and I said, well, actually, I walk around like this everywhere, and it kind of makes me look really important, and people talk to me. So here's a little tip for you folks. But this is not really part of the presentation. This is my twisted mind being my twisted mind. I thought, wow, another popularity trip on those very quiet days. Walk around Walmart with my... Last week I was able to share with you that I have been given the proverbial kick by the universe in the proverbial part of the body after 10 plus years of dragging sort of my foot on this whole topic of finding the guru within. The topic was given to me, the title came to me some 7 or 8 years ago in a conversation with a colleague. But I had every excuse in the book, and there's a lot of, I don't know about your book, but my book, full of why it wasn't time, I wasn't ready, it wasn't the right fit, and on and on and on. And about a month ago, the universe, my spirit within said, that's enough, I've had it. And within 9 days, I found myself having committed to and had started working on this book called Finding the Guru Within. And then I got told that this was not just a book, this was a movement, it was a consciousness. It's what you've been built about all your life in everything that you have done. So it's time to bring this together and remind, because all we ever do up here is remind, isn't it? Okay, there's nothing new really, it's just remind. And so today I'm very, very happy to be able to say that you're the first group since this little kick that I get to share the thoughts, the ideas, and the overall journey that I hope to share with you as a community during this upcoming year while this book is being put together, with your input, with your thoughts, your experiences on accountability, on at what cost. That's a word that kept on coming up to me throughout this as we were putting the outline together. At what cost? And so I'm really looking forward to sharing with you some of your insights. But today, permit me to talk about what I think a blueprint for personal empowerment is. And I'm going to start by some observations I've had over the 30 plus years. And I say plus because if you count all the past lives, well, my math isn't that good. Slow learner. We are a world in turmoil. Technology has advanced in leaps and bounds. It is getting to the point where we have robotics, we have holographs and holograms, and all kinds of cool things that make us feel or think that we have moved ahead. And yes, from the perspective of technology, we have moved ahead. But as humanity as a whole, I don't think we're that far ahead. And you're probably thinking, oh, thank you, Mr. Negative. I came here to be inspired. But these are just some observations. You can agree or disagree. It's for your consideration. Because one core theme that I observed over the years of working one-on-one with individuals, with professionals, with just everyday people, working with organizations, associations, it didn't seem to matter in what context I was offering some insights for people to look at their lives, but a consistent theme in all of this was that we were approaching life from the outside in. We were looking for our solutions outside of ourselves. Consistently, constantly. And what I observed was that, including in my life, by the way, this was not working. The word empowerment to me immediately takes me to the inside. Inside out. As opposed to outside in. So what's the difference? Well, in the world where we are encouraged to be successful, who doesn't want success? Can we agree on that? So we go out into the world seeking success. What I have observed, what I have learned, is that when we seek success outside ourselves, and we may even get to be successful, outside ourselves. But that does not necessarily guarantee that we're going to be fulfilled. There is a huge difference between success and fulfillment. And I have coached, counseled, observed, read about, learned from countless individuals out there who have been very successful. I've worked with people in the movie industry, in all kinds of industries. I won't name drop, but meet me afterwards. And they're successful. And yet when it gets down to brass tacks, they have the same issues as you, as I do. And many in this world go to their deathbeds to meet their Maker with that one word, regret. Actually, I think statistically they had said that 8 out of 10 people go to the end with regrets. So if you're to look around the room, for every 10 of you, which 2 are going to claim that that's not me? I choose another path. Because I choose to approach life and the world from the inside out. Because I know that if I do that, then I have a much better opportunity to become fulfilled. And I have found that people who feel truly fulfilled with this inside-out approach are successes. Now, they may not be successes according to your outside-in measure of success. But then the outside is changing all the time anyways. It's very impermanent. The only thing that's constant in the universe is your energy. So when you anchor moving into the world from the inside-out approach, you're on the road to fulfillment, regardless of your story. How many of us have great stories? Yes. Who doesn't? Let me rephrase that. Who doesn't have a great story? Okay? Fulfillment is a quality of the heart. And it's that place within us where we connect to what I've come to term the guru within. So the word guru, you're looking at me going, well, obviously he's going to use that word. I was actually going to wear my guru garb today and knot my hair didn't be very powerfully. I thought, knock it off. I have to run. I don't get paid enough. The word guru is from Sanskrit, ancient language, mother of all languages, and gu basically refers to darkness, and the ru refers to the dispeller of darkness. So we have this term that talks about the dispeller of darkness, or for more practical purposes, of ignorance, because ignorance is a lack of light, it is darkness. So guru actually means the one who dispels ignorance. A guru is a counselor. It's a sort of a parent of the mind, if you will, who helps mold values, experiential knowledge, specific knowledge, shares all of these things, and is really an inspirational source that reveals the meaning of life. A guru therefore teaches, mentors, guides, counsels, and leads you out of ignorance into self-knowledge. So clearly when we look at our history and all of the ascended enlightened masters, Christ, Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad, and many more were such gurus. But along with that, just to bring it back home, so was your grade 1 teacher. I know, shocking, isn't it? Right? And your coaches, your sports coaches, your music teachers. And yes, people, even your boss, let's breathe, could be a guru. I know, I'm now treading on very, very dangerous territory. Okay. My first guru, as was talked about in the introduction, is my father. But here's a distinction that I want to make, and I'm still grappling with this a little bit, because you understand this this whole movement and this whole idea is still taking shape. But a thought occurred to me, but are all gurus true gurus? And I had to really reflect on that. Because we know how many are running out there, outside themselves, always looking for the next best flavor of the week. And there's some guru that's always there saying, I have the answer. Just follow me, give to me, do what I tell you, and I will fix it for you. And there's something in our human nature that just loves that. I call it kind of the, kind of the outer Sherpa, who we are very happy to give our stuff to and pay them so that they can do the job for us. Yet a true guru is one who guides you to connect to your own knowing, your own wisdom, to wit, what I've come to refer to as your inner guru. So a huge difference. I think there was a book out there way back, something that talked about if you meet the Buddha on the road, shoot him. Must be American. Oh, just, no, this is going to be viewed worldwide, I'm in trouble now. Right? What were they trying to say? When I hear that line, what are they advocating? The author is saying, the Buddha is not outside yourself, never was. So if anybody claims to be your savior or your answer, in terms of somebody that's outside your own knowing, turn the other way. We are here to co-create an experience, and each and every one of us has valuable experience, knowledge, insights, ahas, that we need to own, and we need to value, and that we need to take out and share in our communities so that we all become enriched together. So the true guru, my father was a true guru. He always taught me, shared his wisdom, his insights, yet it was always understood that these were to first be checked out by that soul inside me that had taken on this form, the form that I call Taru. It was always going to be mediated through this inner guru. So we can refer to the inner guru as a higher power, inner authority, God of your heart. Your inner guru is your soul's voice, which comes pre-programmed with all that you need to be successful and fulfilled. How's that for a deal? Kind of reminds me of how smart I thought I was being in grade 10 when the math teacher would give us problems to solve. And I really thought I was making a difference in the world by finding a solution. I found it. I found the answer. Wow. The problem was created from the solution, people. The teacher already had the solution. Does that make sense? You can testify. Right? Does that make sense? Right? They had the solution. They created a problem out of the solution to help me grow my wings, to strengthen. It wasn't for their benefit, it was for mine. And the solution had to come from where? Within me. Absolutely. Hence your inner guru is fully equipped. The program is an amazing program. It's the best app you will ever have. Okay? It's here to serve you, keep you on track. On track of what? Your purpose. By connecting to your soul's wisdom and guidance, you become empowered to live the life you were born to live. How many people feel that that's the track they're on right now? Or perhaps they have detoured a little bit, or a lot. All detours are good, by the way. No judgment. We have eternity. See, when we get into the outside world, then let me give you a couple of terms that I've come up with that are going to be the themes that run out through this book. I call it the human consciousness versus our soul consciousness. It's like going to the gas station and fueling up with one kind of gas or oil or another. They have different qualities. So it depends what we are running off of. When I'm identified with my human consciousness, then I become ignorant. I lose connection to the light within. See, we get born into this world with that inner guru alive and well and smiling. How many people look at a little person and just can't help but smile? No matter how grumpy you're being that day. There's something about little people. There's this smile, there's this glow, there's this, I don't know what it is. It's in their eyes, they just make you smile. Because what is smiling at you is that very conscious, awake inner guru. The light that is in all of us, and the part that makes us one. That part that remembers for a brief time that separation is an illusion. Created for a purpose, grant you. But when you know that, you can conduct yourself from a different level. Unfortunately, we have become identified with the human consciousness, and we have either forgotten or ignored or neglected or abandoned our inner voice, that inner knowing. And we've given up our sovereignty to the other. The other can be an individual, it can be a circumstance, it can be a situation. It is our story. And that's why we feel disempowered. We give up our space. We believe that the answers and the solutions are outside ourselves. And therefore the road to freedom is not in front of us. You know, one of my favorite authors, Byron Katie, that's a lady, wrote this book called Loving What Is. And she said something very simple. Nothing outside you can ever give you what you're looking for. Now, I could have gone out and found some very flowery and fancy quotes that you probably have to look up a few words in, but I'm a simple kind of guy. And when Byron Katie says this, and when you read her story, you understand how powerful our stories are. This is the same lady who was asked a question. So what do you do, Byron, when you meet an unkind person? She goes, that's interesting. I haven't met an unkind person in 22 years. Oh. Yeah, what world is she living in? Definitely not the outside world, right? So, when we keep on seeking the source of our empowerment outside ourselves, we're setting ourselves to fail. Now, in all the new thought movements, which is just old thought repackaged, because we don't get it still, what do we hear? What do we hear? Love yourself first. Accept yourself first. Respect yourself first. I made a formula out of this. It's called the LAR formula, L-A-R. Love, accept, respect. And I repeat that every night to myself, 3 times. So you can do that. Tarun, I love you. 3 times. I'll talk to you after. Okay? I accept you. I respect you. Try it. Try that before going to sleep and measure and see what the quality of your sleep is. Just by a simple exercise. Love, acceptance, respect. But ask yourself, what self are we referring to when you talk about loving yourself? What self are we talking about? Because that is your soul. That is your inner guru, or what in the Vedic teachings they refer to as the Guru Atma. The Guru Atma means the master soul. Your Guru Atma. Growing up, that was a sort of a norm in our home. We were always aware that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. That my Guru Atma was the authentic aspect of me. That within each of us there was this consciousness. And that the challenge was going to be, and it has been, remembering this as we go out into the world. That's why from being that sweet, innocent child, where the Spirit is fully present, our Guru Atma, our inner Guru, due to being slowly drawn into this very powerful outside world with all of its glitter and glamour and promises. We have lost that connection. We have ignored, we've abandoned. And over time, our Guru Atma says, well, what the heck, this guy's kind of boring. He doesn't really seem to need me because he thinks that person has an answer for him. And he hasn't been asking me for counsel. So the Guru Atma, the inner Guru, takes a holiday, puts you on automatic, and takes off somewhere else where it's more fun. So the first step in reconnecting with this aspect of you is to get on your knees, beg, plead, ask for major forgiveness, and, court it again. Get that part of you to come back and apologize for your ignorance and get that part of yourself back into its rightful place. It was meant to be on the bridge deck, and it was meant to have that position of authority, the captain, if you will, because it has the programs, the information, all of that which you need to take you through this life with a lot less collateral damage than my life. And this force that tricks us, that tricks the mind into thinking that the authority is outside ourselves, they have a name for that too in the Vedic teachings. It's called Maya. How many people have you heard that word? Maya. Okay. So you understand. I just want to give you a quick couple of lines on Maya. I've always wondered, what is Maya? And how does it work? And the best one-liner definition that I'd heard about what is Maya was from Swami Vivekananda's work. Swami Vivekananda was who brought yoga to North America by attending the World Parliament of Religions in Chicago in 1893. He was uninvited, he was alone, he just heard about this, thought, I want to go there. And he kind of left and let his inner guru guide him, and ended up at this event and on stage. Unknown, uninvited. But he defined Maya as the fact of the illusion. The fact of the illusion. So can you imagine that this is the world, this stage right now, with everything on it, with all the people. There's the band doing its thing, there's Amy, inspiring us, and I get dropped into this world. And the minute I open my eyes, that's what I see around me. And in that moment, that is real, that's my world. That's what the world looks like, this is what people do. And whatever interaction I have with you is my reality. And yes, in the moment, it's a fact. People say to me, Tarun, this is real. I go, no, this is your reality. Reality and fantasy are on either side. What's real goes beyond. What is real when you go back up there, when the show's over and you say, oh my gosh, all the world was just a stage. So it's real in terms of the experience and your growth and your insights and your sharing your giftedness. But in the big picture, it is an illusion, people. It's not real. And of course, the CEO of the Maya company is, the one we call EGO. CEO, the ego. My dad always said ego stood for edging God out. The bigger the ego. Okay? This is the aspect of ourselves which sells us the fact of the illusion, and at a very high cost. So the question is, what is this cost here that I'm willing to pay, or not even aware that I'm paying, to get where I think I need to be? So while the ego was initially created to serve us, the tables have turned. And so now, we tend to go unconscious or not aware of the most powerful quality that is within us, which is the Guru Atma. And you know how the ego functions, right? Ego equals lack of accountability, and when we're lacking accountability equals blame, and blame equals victim. It's funny, even with clients when I'm working on them, I said, I want you to take 100% accountability for your life right now. And when they get that, you know what they do? So they stop blaming others. But you know what they do? They turn it around and start blaming themselves. And I'm like, I never told you to blame yourself. I want you to take accountability. Accountability is not blame. It's ownership. There's no judgment in it. You're doing the very same thing. Whether I blame you or I blame myself, same energy. In the 4 agreements, what does Don Miguel Ruiz say? He does this beautifully. If you ever want to master accountability, be impeccable with your word. That's a huge topic for me. I'd like to do a whole program on that. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personally. Don't make assumptions. And be the best you can be in the moment, because that's all you can be. Duh. How simple. We've been given this beautiful template. Yet we continue taking life personally, don't we? Say yes, so it's not just me talking to myself. I've been known to talk to myself like this, so help me out, people. Okay, enough of the depressing stuff. I wanted the next few minutes to just give you some of the solutions that I was asking myself around this. What are some of the solutions then? Okay, so we know that we have this amazing part of us, this conscious light being called the Guru Atma, the higher power, the soul. The soul which connects us to our spirit, which connects us to the universe. And that through it, we can be free. Whatever that means to you. For me, the practices over the last lifetimes, but this past many years, has been a combination of prayer, meditation, taking time in to take time out, saying hello to yourself, meditation, mentorship. It's critical. Do you know of any Olympian? I'm looking for this information. Please look it up for me. Do you know of any Olympian that's made the Olympics, let alone gotten a medal, who has not had a mentor, a coach? And has the coach done have they done the activity for them? No. But the coach empowered, guided, directed, helped them so that they could then achieve the goal that was important to them. So if you want to get into the spiritual Olympics, if that's an idea, okay, where you have something that you want to shift, change, repattern, reprogram, you want to become a better version of you, you know, every few weeks you get this, oh, here's an update. This app is old now. How many times do you update? If you want to do that, get a mentor. And again, a true mentor is one who will inspire you and assist you to come back home to you. This is what the Sunday morning service does here. It's wonderful. Reminding you that it's all about you, the authentic you. Through a mentor, you will learn how to challenge your story and how it's keeping you in prison. Some people's stories are beautiful. They're like golden bars. But it's still a cage, people. Okay? They'll teach you how to take care of this vehicle, the body, which I'm not negating. It's a part of what you need. I call the body the most amazing spacesuit ever designed. And we get to be those very lucky astronauts that get to come and experience this world that is not ours. But the spacesuit is very well equipped to help connect you through this spacesuit. So are you taking care of it? What are you putting in it? That's a whole other topic. Self-realization is the goal. The inner guru is what is being referred to in the scriptures even, with one of my favorite quotes, or favorite, it means it has always been with me, and that is the kingdom of heaven is within you. This was what Jesus said in Luke, that the coming of the kingdom of God is not something that can be observed, nor will people say, oh, here it is. There it is. Because the kingdom of God is in your midst or within you. The kingdom of heaven is here with us now. I hear that as saying the solution, that connection to your God is to the God of your heart, which is your Guru Atma, which is your inner Guru. So I want to invite you today to make this inner decision to join me on this journey. This journey which will reconnect you to yourself or deepen the connection and ultimately connect you with Source, higher power, and make your life effortless. How would it feel if your life right now had the theme called ease versus the theme effort? See, if I had to divide the room on that, there would be some pretty lonely sections in this room. Okay? Ease versus effort. The journey which will pave the way for a fulfilling existence in which you have lived the life you were born to live on purpose and in power. This is a movement. This is a consciousness. I invite you to join. Be part of the forums that we set up. I want to hear your stories. I want your inputs, your ahas, so that together we can create something that will help many more. See, this journey, which a very close friend and author, friend of mine, Leanne Deldiris, who has a gift of guidance, said it beautifully when the guides expressed through her that really our journey here in this world is what they call the journey without distance. It's been an honor.